In the year 1810, beneath the endless expanse of the frozen Arctic and the desolate wilds of Siberia, a secret war erupted, one that would remain hidden from the eyes of ordinary mortals. This was not a conflict of nations or armies, but a cosmic battle between forces far older and more powerful than any human could imagine. The Katoshis, radiant beings often called the Angels of Light, emerged from the shimmering veils of the north. Their purpose was clear: to protect humanity from unseen threats and to preserve the delicate balance between order and chaos. They watched over the world, their presence a silent promise of hope. But their ancient enemies, the Jamaras, were beings born of pure chaos. Cloaked in shadow, they slipped through rifts in reality, dark portals that appeared suddenly in the snow. Wherever they went, they brought with them a chilling sense of dread, spreading fear and discord like a plague. These portals unleashed waves of madness and suffering, twisting the minds of humans and turning neighbor against neighbor. Once peaceful villages descended into chaos as confusion and violence swept through the frozen land. Though the Katoshis were few in number, their resolve was unbreakable. They fought tirelessly, risking everything to close the gateways and contain the spreading darkness. Each victory was hard-won, and every loss weighed heavily on their hearts. The struggle between these ancient forces had raged for centuries, but now, the Jamaras' attacks grew bolder and more frequent. The very fabric of reality seemed to tremble as the world teetered on the brink of chaos, threatened by an evil that sought to consume all light. Unseen by mortal eyes, epic battles of light and shadow raged across the snowbound wilderness. Villages fell to madness, cities were gripped by mysterious plagues, and the land itself seemed to mourn as hope faded with each passing day. Darkness crept ever forward, swallowing the light and leaving only cold despair in its wake. The world, once vibrant and full of promise, now tilted dangerously toward oblivion. Yet, the Katoshis stood firm, the last shield between humanity and annihilation. They knew that if they faltered, if even a single portal remained open, the world as they knew it would be lost forever. Their fight was desperate and unending, a battle waged in blizzards and darkness, where every moment was a struggle for survival. The fate of the world hung by a thread, balanced between hope and despair. In the end, the outcome of this hidden war would decide not just the future of humanity, but the fate of all life on Earth. The dawn that followed would either bring a new era of peace or eternal night. 10 years later, in 1820, far from the war, life in a Turkish village was peaceful. Asmad and Arsalan, inseparable friends, explored forests and shared dreams beneath ancient oaks. Asmad was thoughtful and calm, Arsalan bold and adventurous. Their friendship was a perfect balance, each drawing strength from the other. One afternoon they wandered deeper into the woods than ever before. The forest grew eerily silent, the air heavy and cold. A strange hum vibrated beneath their feet, and unease crept over Asmad. Arsalan, ever curious, pressed on, unaware of the danger ahead. They were about to stumble upon a tear in reality, an echo of the distant war. Their peaceful world was about to change forever. The air shimmered, twisting into a swirling portal of sickly light. Asmad and Arsalan froze as a demon emerged, an ash-skinned horror with burning eyes. The creature lunged, passing through Arsalan like smoke. Arsalan collapsed, then rose, changed. The spark in his eyes was gone, replaced by a chilling emptiness. Asmad, desperate, asked if he was all right. The thing wearing Arsalan's face nodded, its movements unnatural. Asmad tried to believe his friend was unharmed, but doubt gnawed at him. Subtle wrongness haunted every gesture. The demon hadn't just attacked, it had taken Arsalan's place. Asmad's world was shattered, and a seed of fear took root. The true battle had come to his doorstep. That night, Asmad heard guttural chanting from Arsalan's room. He saw his friend, eyes glowing, body twisted, chanting in a demonic tongue. The demon lunged, overpowering Asmad with inhuman strength. Just as it prepared to strike, a golden light filled the room. 3 Katoshis appeared, radiant and powerful. They confronted the demon, their weapons blazing with celestial energy. The battle was swift. The Katoshis expelled the demon from Arsalan's body. Arsalan collapsed, freed but unconscious. The lead Katoshi turned to Asmad, revealing the ancient war and the hidden struggle shaping the world. Asmad, stunned, realized he was now part of a cosmic conflict. The Katoshis had intervened, but the true danger was far from over. Asmad's journey had only just begun. The Katoshis rushed to Asmad's aid, carrying his battered form through the misty dawn. Their faces were etched with concern, but also hope. Asmad had survived the impossible. They brought him to safety, tending to his wounds with ancient remedies and whispered prayers, as the first rays of sunlight broke through the trees. As Asmad regained consciousness, the Katoshis explained the grim truth. Arsalan's soul was trapped in the Jamaru realm, a place of shadows and torment. The campfire flickered as elders spoke of the dangers that lay ahead, and the urgency of their mission weighed heavily on everyone present. Zariel, the wise and respected Katoshi leader, watched Asmad closely. He saw not just a survivor, but a young man with a rare spark, someone who might be destined for greatness. Zariel sensed that Asmad's arrival was no accident, but a sign from the old prophecies. Zariel offered Asmad a choice: join their sacred cause to save Arsalan and confront the darkness threatening both worlds. Asmad, his heart burning with loyalty and love for his friend, agreed without hesitation. He pledged himself to the Katoshis, ready to face whatever trials awaited him. On a hidden island shrouded in mystery, Asmad began his training. Each day was a test of strength and spirit. He learned ancient combat techniques, studied the legends of the Katoshis, and pushed his body to its limits beneath the rising sun. He delved into the lore of light, meditating among ancient stones and deciphering scrolls that spoke of forgotten powers. The discipline was grueling, but Asmad's resolve only grew stronger with each passing day. The memory of Arsalan, his laughter, his courage, became Asmad's guiding star. Every hardship, every bruise, reminded him of the friend he had vowed to save. His determination was unbreakable. Then, during a moment of intense training, something extraordinary happened. A surge of golden energy erupted from Asmad, illuminating the island and leaving the Katoshis in awe. The air crackled with power, and for a moment, time itself seemed to stand still. This was the legendary power of Ahuma, a force believed to have vanished from the world long ago. The elders whispered in amazement, realizing they were witnessing the return of a myth. Asmad was no ordinary mortal. He was something more. The golden light marked him as unique, chosen by fate for a purpose greater than himself. The Katoshis recognized the signs. Asmad was the prophesied heir to Ahuma's might, the one foretold to restore balance and hope. With this revelation, the Katoshis knew Asmad could change the course of the war. His destiny was clear: master the power of Ahuma, unite the scattered tribes, and rescue Arsalan from the clutches of darkness. The fate of both worlds now rested on Asmad's shoulders. As he stepped forward into the dawn, his transformation had truly begun, and a new legend was about to unfold. In the heart of the ancient council hall, where the air was thick with anticipation and the wisdom of ages, Zariel stood before the gathered elders. With a voice both solemn and powerful, he revealed the long-guarded prophecy of Ahuma, a secret that had shaped the destiny of their people for generations. Ahuma, the greatest of all Katoshis, had once faced a darkness so immense that it threatened to consume the world. In a moment of ultimate sacrifice, he gave his life to seal away a fearsome Jamaru lord, ensuring peace for centuries. Yet, with his final breath, Ahuma vowed that his immense power would one day return, reborn in a mortal whose heart was untainted and pure. That prophecy now pointed to Asmad. It was his unwavering love for his friend Arsalan that awakened the dormant legacy within him. In that moment, Asmad became more than just a villager. He became the chosen one, destined to inherit the divine strength of Ahuma. The burden of destiny weighed heavily on Asmad's shoulders, yet his motivation was never glory or power. All he wanted was to save his friend, to protect those he loved from the encroaching darkness. It was this selfless purpose, this purity of heart, that made Asmad truly worthy of Ahuma's ancient power. The energy that surged within him was not just strength, but hope itself. The Katoshis, wise and vigilant, pledged to stand by Asmad's side. They would teach him, guide him, and help him master the extraordinary abilities now awakening within him. preparing him for the trials to come. Embracing his destiny, Asmad shed his old identity. No longer just a humble village boy, he accepted his role as a vessel of celestial might, ready to wield powers that could change the fate of the world. As the shadows gathered, Asmad prepared to face the darkness. He did not seek fame or recognition. His courage was fueled by the bonds of brotherhood and the promise he made to those he cherished. The journey ahead would be perilous, filled with challenges that would test his spirit and resolve beyond anything he could imagine. Each step forward was a step into the unknown. But with newfound determination, Asmad steeled himself for the final battle. He was no longer alone. He carried the hopes of his people, the wisdom of the Katoshis, and the love of his friends. The fate of the world now rested in his hands, and Asmad was ready to rise to the challenge no matter the cost. Asmad's training accelerated. He mastered powers that took centuries to learn. He summoned a sword of sunlight, shaped shields of light, and called forth Ahuma's celestial army. The angelic warriors recognized him as their true commander. The time for war had come. The Katoshis opened a portal to the Jamaru fortress, where Arsalan was held. Asmad led his army, heart steady, resolve unbreakable. He was no longer a frightened boy, but a beacon of hope. The army of light surged into the realm of chaos. The final battle to decide the fate of both worlds was about to begin. At its heart was Asmad, fighting for his friend. The armies clashed in a storm of light and shadow. Asmad fought like a legend, cutting through demonic ranks, his power inspiring all. He reached the throne room, where the Jamaru rulers held Arsalan captive. The lords unleashed chaos, but Asmad stood firm. He invoked the ultimate weapon, the Panch Mahabhutasvar, drawing on earth, water, fire, air, and space. Asmad became a vessel of pure creation, unleashing a wave of elemental energy. The blast erased the Jamaru rulers from existence, ending their reign of terror. The fortress crumbled, and the sky cleared. Asmad broke Arsalan's chains, reuniting with his friend. The war was over. The darkness banished. Light had triumphed at last. With the Jamaras defeated, peace returned to the world. Asmad freed Arsalan, their bond unbroken by darkness. The Katoshis offered Asmad a place as their leader, but he declined. He chose a simple life, returning to his village with Arsalan. The celestial army honored him, then vanished into legend. Asmad relinquished his power, content with quiet days and friendship. No one in the village knew of his epic journey. He carried the memory as a secret, a testament to the power of loyalty. Asmad had faced the darkness and chosen peace. His greatest reward was a life restored side by side with his friend. The world was safe, and the story of Asmad and Arsalan became a silent legend. Sometimes the greatest heroes are those who choose to return home.